Yeah, we are back. We are back. We are back with Coach Khabo Zondo, a well-traveled coach. It's a well-traveled coach. It's all about experience. They always say, experience the best teacher. And I know people sometimes they complain, why are we emphasizing on experience? And I like what the government is doing currently now. They allow these kids while they are still at school, let them join the business as interns to get experience. Coach Khabo Zondo will allude to that as a businessman. He knows if you get somebody who does not have an experience, how difficult it is coaching that person. And the other sad news in the whole thing, you coach a person, he becomes a machine. The next thing somebody takes him because it's a competitive world. Thereafter, you have to get another one, and then it takes time, resources, and so on. So experience. So I'm talking with somebody who's got an experience. As I indicated, the show is called TBR SSF Show. It is me, the Sobre Boys, Walifati. Coach, welcome back to the show. This is the third part three. Like I said, I still want us to discuss just football, me and you. We'll set up when can we do that, um, but during your convenient time. We'll check when can that be possible. Coach,
Definitely. Definitely.
if I tell people a little bit how I met you, it was by accident, by chance. I invited you to come and do motivation. Firstly, I set up a school. I called the entire Tembisa Classic. You bought the entire team. At the same time, you introduced to me to Arthur Zwane. We are getting along now with Arthur. We are now friends. Because the big R is all about the positive R with relationship. And then in the process, you helped me when things were dark. I was in in Devon. You helped me out to survive the situation. And not only that, along the way, as we continue, I met your friend, Jasmine, somewhere, somehow, only to find he's also a very big friend. Jasmine, a very good man. You know what I like about Jasmine? I always tell people, Jasmine, when you set up a meeting with him, it's a very focused meeting. Jasmine wants to know what are we talking about? And Jasmine meetings are not long. What do you want? You say what you want. If he cannot, he'll tell you right there, I cannot. If he can, he'll tell you, say, I can, let's explore. That's Jasmine.
You must go there being well prepared.
Yeah, no, Jasmine, I like him for that. On top of that, Jasmine will give you lunch, Jasmine will give you breakfast. Over and above that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the man. That's the man. Jesse, Jesse said to me at some point, Sobri, I'm not in charge of Birchwood. I didn't know it was Birchwood. I'm in charge of Birchwood. And then I said, Jasmine, where is that? He said, there by Boxbed. And so on. But look today, Birchwood is a phenomenon. I've been trying to get Jasmine to interview him because I like his story. I like his story. He's a very good man. Now he's a manager of various players, which is quite good.
Yeah.
As I
Yeah.
said, he's one man, he's straightforward. We meet, what are we talking about? Let's talk very quick, 10, 15 minutes, we are done, and then it's done. So that's it. So
Yeah.
that's how I know
And he kept his promise.
that's it. It's Jasmine. Very honest. So this is how I connect with Coach Khabo Zondo. So I was just giving you that background. Coach Khabo Zondo is not only a coach football. He's a builder. He has built a beautiful house. His own house in Fosloras. Remember in the property business, it's all about where is it located. If I take that house of Coach Khabo Zondo and put it in a very good location, that will go way above 5 million easily. That's how beautiful that house is. So it's all about the area, okay? So yeah, he's a builder, and the very interesting thing he said he built it himself. All right, that is his trait. Coach, I've introduced you as a builder, but I know you're also involved in other business. Let me allow you to speak freely about your business, and then we'll speak for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah. Thanks, Brasob. I always say some of us were fortunate because we had an ear to listen. We had the heart to, to do things the way they are being said to us. We respected what was put forward. We appreciated the plate with food in it, put in front of us. By the efforts of our parents, we're taught to respect people even outside of the family. And we were fortunate to see business being built in front of us with our parents' ideas. And from that time, we never looked back. I think it was in 1982 when the same building that I find myself in, where I now run a funeral industry, called Zondo Brothers Funeral Services. It's my brother and myself having taken over from our parents in a business which was a supermarket and a butchery. So we've been nurtured within the business itself as to how we should look after the business, and we respected that, and we know how to look after the money, and to bring more from the
okay, yeah, you have freezed a little bit. I don't know what was happening. Just check.
We're till there. And today I've got something to fall back to whenever I'm not in football. So it works.
Coach, sorry a little bit. Sorry a little bit, Coach.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just go back a little bit. You freezed just for a moment. I've missed that part. Just go back a little bit. You were lucky. You grew up in a family where there was a business. Thereafter, you then graduate to a funeral parlor that you run with your brothers. Just start there again.
Yeah. We, some of us were lucky to grow under the leadership of our parents who had a vision, who were focused. This was their plan to have this business, which was a supermarket. It's a building that we built ourselves, with me doing the actual work of building the structure itself. This structure has been existing for the last 43 or 44 years. And we have since converted this business to Zondo Brothers Funeral Services, which is a business owned by my brother and myself, situated in Thokoza. We've got clients everywhere in terms of their policies, and because we do sell policies, we bury. It's something that fall back to every time things don't go well in football, because remember, one has got to continue living. But because there were certain principles that were put in us in terms of what business is like and what the business is all about. And here we are running a very good business as far as we're concerned. We have not yet been aggressive or that aggressive in terms of marketing the business itself, but and I must say, we are not complaining. The business is there to serve our people. Remember, first thing first was to make sure that people are being served through the same business. Because in times of sorrow, in times of need, when people lose their loved ones. They need a home. They need a better and a clean home where they will feel comfortable to be part of during that time and be served properly. So yeah, we are in Thokoza, and this is now the 8th. We have just gone through our 8th year after having converted the businesses that were here. And I must say, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. We have employed people here, plus minus 25 people work here. Others part-time, others are permanent.
Just there.
So we're contributing to the community here.
Just there, Coach. Just there, Coach. Few things that I want to touch on. One of our principles as the bigger is relationship. Say you're working with your brother. Remember, working with a sibling, a brother, there are too many things into play. You are married, your brother is married, you've got kids, your brother has got kids, and so on. How can you say working together, how does it make the relationship more healthier? Or sometimes it makes the relationship sour. How can you say about that element?
Well, I don't know what other people experience in terms of their own challenges, but I can tell you, I don't know what our parents did with us to want to respect one another, want to understand one another. Maybe it's because we grew under one roof in everything that we're doing. We saw how our parents wanted things to be done. Our parents had a heart of giving. They would help people outside more than they can do for us. And we developed that naturally. And I can tell you, between myself and my brother, there's always been harmony. There's always been harmony, and maybe even our better halves find it working for them or working for the entire family, because it's not about us. It's about the family. It's about the next person. Remember, once you're over 50 and you've got kids, it's not about you anymore. It's about the next person that you need to help. It pleases your heart when you see that you are able to help the next person. And with us, it has always been like that. And our extended families, from time to time, we want to know how they live and what problems do they have. Because if I can ask you, Brasobri, how much do you want to have on earth? And would you finish that money? You won't. You won't. You can have billions and billions of rands. But one thing that will please you, it's when you are able to help the needy through the same business that you build in order to help the community. The community supports you. In return, you should be able to say thank you very much by giving back to the community in a smaller way.
All right, Coach, let's come here. I know when you have children, you run a business, unfortunately, it's not the fish and chips. When it's fish and chips,
no, we come from there. We had supermarket, which had fish and chips and all that. A butchery. Everything was there.
So abantwana, they wouldn't just go in at Gugitila at that.
No chance. No chance. We teach them. Business principles here. This is how things are being done.
Okay. Yes. I want to understand that, because this is very important for people to understand. And then thing that you also mentioned, which is very key, I don't know whether people understand. People see when you business, younger male and all that. It's not about that only. It's also about giving other people employment. If you understand economy, why the
Yes.
money is called the currency, it's called currency because it's moving. All right. The word was taken
Yes.
from the word current. That
Current. Yes.
5 people that you pay money, what do they do
Yes.
with the money that you pay them? They take it, they go to the
Yes.
doctor with that money, they go to the doctor with that money, they go to the supermarket.
Brother Sogri, having said that,
Yes.
if you're earning 5 million in the last 10 years,
Yeah.
it was then.
Mm.
I don't know whether that 5 million is relevant for now. This is current.
This is current. Yes. Yes.
This is current.
Yes. Yes.
And the current goes with the time now.
Yes. Yes.
What is that 5 million rands worth now?
Yes. Yes.
Today.
Yes.
Find a way to bring or to elevate that 5 million to be current. There must be a way.
You bring me to
how you invest. Yes.
You bring me to a very important subject, which I normally, when I teach people, because my job, I'm teaching about money. I'm talking to the people who are going on pension. To understand, it's not about the numbers or the zeros, okay?
Yeah.
Behind the number.
Yeah.
You can have 6 zeros, you can have 7 zeros behind the number. The most important is the value. What is the value of that number?
What you have,
zeros? Because you can have 1 with 6 zeros. And find that that 1 with 6 zeros, if the value is equivalent to 1 Mercedes Benz, not even top of the range, 1 Mercedes Benz, then it's gone.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you must be able to find a way, for instance, us in football, I always laugh when the stars of yesteryears saying footballers of today are fortunate to be earning so much. And they're earning a lot of money and all that. It's current. It's current. And if you're not able to do anything, you look at what the likes of Patrice Motsepe, what they've been able to do with the few rents that they got then. They were able to make it relevant for all the times that they were faced with. Now, you can be a billionaire today, and do nothing about it. Find no plan for those billions to look after you in the next 30 or 40 years. There'll be those millions won't be relevant for your next 10 years.
You are bringing me to the subject.
I like that book of yours with the 500 rands, what you've been able to do. How would you raise? It's very, very important. I want to buy it and read it.
Okay.
It will help me to generate or to find ideas of how to generate the little, generate from the little that you have,
The good news is, Coach, I'll give it to you for free as a friend.
Oh, God bless you for that.
To say
may you be blessed for that. Thank you very much.
To say thank you for our relationship and so on. As we're talking about the money and the value, when you build your house, when did you build it, by the way?
It was in 1988, 89.
Yeah, I wish people can see that house. 1989. And how much was it worth at that time when you built it?
About 90. I remember when I calculated, I was looking at about, when I got to 95,000, I stopped then at that time. Yeah.
I can imagine.
But you carry 90 something thousand rands today. It can't even carry you for 2 months.
you can say that again because I saw the house. I say, if I take that house, I took it to not even a serious suburb, just there at Albertine. It will go easily to 5 million.
Remember at that time, a packet of, was it the 50 kg of cement?
Yeah.
Was about 2 rands 50.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I know an old man who used to have about 6 shops. And guess how much was it to build a shop? 10,000. 10,000. Build a shop well stocked with everything.
There's a family. There's a family around there which also contributed to our business, mentality. The Munaledi family. I think you should know them.
Unfortunately, I don't. But
they were friends with my parents, and today we as kids we are friends and we are family. We push one another to to continue where our parents left off, and one is also fortunate to have met a person like Jasmine around him, who's very, very focused when it comes to business. You look at what he has done with Birchwood.
Hey.
From humble beginning. I remember Birchwood. When he joined them, they had about 60 rooms. Today they are bragging on sitting around 900 rooms. And maybe I don't know how many conference rooms they have now. At that time when he joined them, they had only one. Today they are bigger than everyone in Africa.
Jazz is one of the best. Jazz is one of the best.
Yeah.
Coach.
So if you surround yourself with people like Sobri, people like Jasmine, the likes of Munaledi family. Obviously, my brother has worked for reputable companies, your Standard Bank, your Nedbank. He's worked for Sowetan. He's been in marketing. So I stole a little bit of that and that and that there, ran it with him, and every time we're looking at things that we can do in order to make our lives better and the ones around us.
Coach, before I leave, because I have to ship out quickly, I have an interview with Radio Lesedi not long, so I need to go and prepare. What can you say to the players? We see so many players now being destitute and now portraying as if the owners of the teams, they were greedy and so on. They are blaming them and so on. And now looking at you, a coach of football, a former player, but still running a business. What can you say as a word of advice? We saw so many terrible stories, like my homeboy here, Lerato Shabagu. Very sad. It's not only him. There are many. There are many. You can count them.
Yeah.
What message can you?
So it's important that as a person you must look at life beyond your times of playing football. And always remember this. Whenever you sign a contract, the contract is 3 years or 2 years. Whenever you sign a contract, you sign the contract of 3 years because you are liked by a certain coach. But remember, that contract can change. Should any other coach come in, might not see you the same. So during that time, no waste. No waste. Remember, even after playing football at the age of 30, you've got another 30 or 40 years to live. You look at the likes of Kaiser, you look at the likes of Dr. Ivan Koza today. They are an example of how things are supposed to be done. I'm definitely sure that those players, if from time to time they get time to sit down with their leaders, people like Dr. Ivan Koza, don't be afraid to be around. I mean, he's the one that employed you and he wishes you well. He will give you ideas. Forget about these expensive cars. Forget about them.
I love that.
They are there for 2 or 3 years. After 3 years, they've been modified, and you will always fall into a trap of getting a new one, and you end up working for them. There must be a reason. If you have done other things in life, you're comfortable. Yes, it's fine. It's nice to have 1 or 2 to pamper yourself. But to be honest, waste no money. Try by all means to put something for the rainy days. Because rainy days as a footballer will always come. If they ask you, what else do you know better in life? You say it's football. But they also ask themselves, whoever wants to use you, but where else can we use him? Because they can't play anymore. They find no answer. And now you have to fend for yourselves and your family. By the time, and also, players are like, let me say, they are careless, most. By the time he finishes playing, he's got 10 kids. 10 kids, life was nice. And those 20 eyes are looking at you. You must feed as a father. You must take them to school.
I know.
They must wear.
I know.
They've got a lot to do. So there's those signing on fees of 10 million rands, 5 million. You give me 10 million rands today. I will never see that money for the next 10 years.
Exactly.
If I don't have a business plan for it, I will never see that money for the next 10 years. Because what else am I looking for? The fact that I'm able to eat fish and chips and able to eat Kentucky and all that, it means I'm living okay. But players look for something beyond that. They don't sleep. By the time they finish playing, they've got nothing. They go and drink 6,000, 7,000 rands in one night. Others give, they blow 100 and something thousands because liquor is expensive. Entertainment today is expensive. There's driving. They fly. They do they're exposed to so many things that can waste money. So if you can just for a time being and say, I will enjoy at the right time. At the moment, I'm still working.
Coach, thanks. It was nice talking to you. I'm just under severe pressure. I need to leave. I like what you said. Let me tell you one nice story. I went to Igwekwezi FM for an interview. They normally call me. And as I was there talking about money, there's one DJ there. I won't mention his name to protect him. He was interested with the information. So as I was going out, he wanted to see what am I driving. I'm driving Golf, branded. Then he said, Chabalal, he's driving Golf, but he's talking so nice stories. Then
Rosobri, I have a car that I've driven for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
And it can still take me to Cape Town, Devon, and all that. And
now listen
no chance of buying a car over 2 million or 1 million rands. No chance.
Listen to what happened. Thereafter, I went again for another interview. I was explaining a money vis-a-vis a car. Then after listening, he changed his mind. He said he went home, he took the car, he went back to where he bought it. He said, please take this car, he downgraded, he went to a smaller car. So one day, my elder brother was working for the lawyers. So my brother was going to deliver something at the station. So my brother, apparently we've got the same resemblance. So he said, you look like Malala from the Big R. My brother said, yes, it's my brother. Then he told my brother, said, you know what, this guy, I didn't understand him when he said this, and then I peeped around and said, this is what he's driving. But after listening to it, it made sense. I went back to change my car. I've downgraded, and now I'm living a good life. Thanks, Coach. I think that's what they should do.
God bless you.
Much
God bless you, Mr. Shabalala. Thank you, man.
Coach. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Hi. Welcome. My name is the Sober Boys, Wale Fatsi from TBR Solutions. We are the Big R Solutions, or you can say TBR Solutions. We are a financial company. Being a financial company, but we emphasize on education. Education, education at all times. That is why we write books. That is why we conduct classes. Now, I'll tell you one thing. One of the programs that we have in place is a mentoring program. We call our mentoring program a TBR membership club. Now, you may ask, what is the importance of mentoring program? You know, in 2009, I joined mentoring program of Rich Dad Company. I paid 65,000 rand to be on that mentoring program for 1 year, 6 months. And guess what? After learning what I learned, I tried to put what I learned into practice. And I've been failing many, many times. From 2009 up to 2017. Remember, they say practice make perfect. After failing, I would ask myself, what did I do wrong? How can I sharpen it? Then, 2017, I managed to succeed what I learned. I put nothing down as a down payment. In other words, I've put zero down payment, but the money that I got in return was 2.1 million. Okay. So by simply learning and practicing, if you want to join our mentoring program so that we teach you, you therefore have to drop your details on our WhatsApp number, which you'll see at the end of the show. And then thereafter, we'll therefore call you and then take it from there. Guess what? It's up to you. How do you want to do it? Do you want to take action or do you want to sit and watch? I normally tell people about the read method because read is one of those important R words. Read simply means respond. E, it requires effort and energy. A is action. That A part is important. You need to take action. Then the D simply means decisiveness, discipline, determination, and then dedicated. So you need to apply all those principles. Then finally you reach a goal. I think